be much better. And then it did exactly what the other one was going. The live stream just stopped. I just hope we are able to get through with this, and we'll see as it goes. I think I'll just go on at this moment, and we'll just see how it pans out. Hopefully things become better. Yesterday we talked about reasons why one should do business, and some of the reasons we called out was to make money, the current rate of unemployment, to fulfill a need is also a reason why people do business, and then people whose skills do not fit the market, or their educational qualification, or their the kind of course that they read is not conventional enough for the market. These are people that doing business might be the best way out for them. Another reason why people do business is for the fun of it. There are people who, for them, they have skills that they enjoy doing, and they might just as well turn it into business, so that they will be, having moments and enjoying their time. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. Apologies, the last live that was started due to network, it had to be closed, and this one was restarted. We've had a little bit of a hiccup, but hopefully we're able to go on and finish our program without any major hiccup. We're just, for those of you that are just joining, we were talking about what we did yesterday. This program, Let's Do Business with Aisha, Working Towards Financial Independence, comes up at 9 p.m. every day, as much as possible. Any day that I'm unable to, I will drop a message to say I'm unable to take this. This, for me, it's about sharing my 24 years of business experience, doing business for myself, and over 40 years of being within the business environment, right from when I was around 10 years old. And so we'll continue to have the conversation. Yesterday, we did talk about reasons why we should do business, and one of those reasons was to make money. There are a lot of places where they tell you that you need passion, you should not focus on the money. I always say to them, they are not Nigerians, because in Nigeria, you need money to be able to have a very good life. Thank you so much, Chris Matt Digital. It says congratulations on the 100K milestone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. And of course, I couldn't have done that without all your help. Yes, we are now at 100,000 subscribers, and that's a really huge milestone. And I do not take for granted every one of your contribution to me reaching this milestone for this channel, getting to that milestone of 100,000 subscribers. So today what we'll be looking at is why not business. So whereas there are reasons why people should do business, there are also reasons why people should not venture into business. They are better off either as employees or just doing some other things that they're doing. Marcel Ezenagu, thank you so much for joining today. Yes, it's 100,000. We got to 100,000 yesterday. And welcome, and it's great to have you here again. Apologies for the fact that the first live stream that we started, we couldn't continue it due to network issues. Today we are talking about why not business. Why should we not do business? What are the reasons that it is better off for someone not to do business? Yesterday we had that conversation of why business is good, why business is important, why people should participate in business. And there was some conversation over, are there people that are better off not doing business? And indeed we say yes. And today we are going to talk about those people who, for them, it is better off they do not do business. Not everyone is cut out for business, and there are certain characteristics. If you have them, please just make sure you are the best employee in your workplace. Business is not for you if you are lazy. That's the number one. Are you lazy? If your answer is yes, then business is not for you. It always surprises me when I hear people say things like, oh, I'm going to start my own business so that I can rest. This work is too much for me here. Whatever work you're doing when you're employed, when you start your own business, you're going to be doing that work times four and probably times 10 in some places. So if you're one who does not like hard work, who doesn't like putting his or herself out, who would rather just chill and be enjoying doing nothing, then please, please, please do not think about doing business. Business is one of the hardest things you can ever do. There's nothing like working 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or whatever. You're working 24/7. You're working 24/7, 7 days a week, 4 weeks a month, 12 months a year, and 365 days or 366 days a year. That's how bad business is. There's no off day. There's nothing like you feel like today I'm taking an off day, especially when the business is starting. You have to be on it 24/7, and it can be extremely demanding of your time, demanding of your everything. Ayodeji Johnson, thank you so much. Thank you. 100,000 subscribers. We made it yesterday. Thank you so much for all your support and for always being here. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please hit the like button. We've never met, I mean, all the time. Sometimes we have less than 10% of the like button. We need to get to a place where we're doing like 100%. Let's see if we can do something like that, or maybe 90% if you cannot do 100%. Fresh TV, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the support, for the kind words. I really do appreciate that. So you'll be working even while you're sleeping if you're doing business. Sometimes you feel that 24 hours in a day is not even enough for you, especially when you're starting your business. There are so many things that you need to do. It's not like in the employment world where you put in all the effort and someone else takes the credit, though you can grow your business to such a stage that others can be putting in the work for you, and hey, you take the profit. But so if you're lazy, please forget about business. Business is not for you. Just move on. Just go do the thing that you want to do. The second thing also is, are you afraid of failure? If you're one who is afraid of failure, who always feel that, oh, you must get everything right at once, and if you fail at anything, then you become disorganized, or you become angry, or you begin to throw fits and all of that, then please stay out of business. Business is a place where people who are not afraid to fail can continue to fail again and again and again, and they will stand up again and again and again and again, and they will try again and again and again and again till they actually make it. So please, if you are afraid of failure, then forget business. To succeed in business, you have to be ready to fast forward your failure. And that is why I love the book Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. If you haven't read that book, that would be one good book that you should pick up and really read about it. It's such a powerful book, and it just tells you, it just uh, changes your perspective of what failure is and what can be defined as failure, and it just take away from you that whole thing where people are afraid of failure, where people feel ashamed of failure, where people think there's something wrong with failure and they're always running away from it. But if you really embrace failure, it is from failure that you're going to learn a lot about who you are, about what you want to do, about the success of the place or whatever it is that you're building. And this is very important. You have to be ready to fail again and again and again in business, and keep going again and again and again while learning and improving with each failure. The real tragedy of a failure is a failure that someone did not learn from. You failed, you refuse to learn from it, and you go on to make the same mistakes. That is a tragedy. But as long as you fail and you learn from it, and you go and you become, you definitely will be better just from learning from that knowledge. That's the kind of failure that you are looking for. Honestly, we tend to to learn more from our failures than from our successes. I'm yet to meet a business person or read about one who just started business and immediately succeeded without any failure. If you know of anybody, a business person who just started, uh, okay, yeah, I'm going to give you the author, Marcel. If you know of anyone, a business person who just started and just succeeded and never failed, please write the name down for us. Failing Forward is by John C. Maxwell. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to, I'm going to go down to the chat and also write so that I'll just write it down for you to see. It's John C. Maxwell. He has a lot of books, very great books, books that you're reading them, you're like, wow, it's just amazing. Everything is just on point, and so it really helps. And this is one of the books that he has that I really love a lot, and it's so educative, and it just sort of like changes your mindset. It changes your mindset of what failure is, and that instead of being afraid of failure, is something that you can actually embrace and then make use of it. And of course, if you really want to succeed at something, then you have to be, you have to be ready to fail repeatedly, for you to be able to get that done. So that's the book, Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. It's really, as we go on also, it will be part of some of the books that we are going to review as we're working on our review that we are looking at. So yes, if you are afraid of failure, please forget business. Business is not for you. It's okay. Continue being an employee. What you do is that from your salary, save from your salary, save as much as you can, and then go on to use that to buy properties, to buy land, to invest in anything that will give you passive income or appreciate over time. Failure is not falling down, they say. Failure is staying down. So when you fail at something and you get up, you learn from it, you keep going, you are applying what you've learned, you didn't fail actually. The real failure is when you fall down and you never learn anything. You just keep blaming others, you refuse to take responsibility, and that's when the real failure actually happens. What people don't realize is that successful people have more failures than failures do, but they keep going. It's just that successful people refuse to allow their failures define them, while failures and people who fail allow their failures define them. You do not drown by falling in water. You drown by staying in water. I've been doing business for over 24 years, and I can assure you that I have failed more times than I have succeeded. But nobody ever sees those failures. The only thing they see is the part where you succeed, and then they call it overnight success. It is never an overnight success. It's a whole lot of things. Imagine, like for myself, okay, I think it's going to rain. Maybe that's why we've been having a bit of network issues all this while. Imagine if I had stopped, if from the first failure I had stopped, I probably would not be here today having this conversation with you. We will not be learning from each other. I will not know anything about business because I shut myself down the moment I failed. But hey, I failed, I stood up, I continue. That's how life is going to be. All that people see are the ones that succeeded. If I had stopped after a few failures, the world have seen me as a failure, and you not be listening to me right now. I personally have used my failures as motivating factor. That's one thing I'm very good at. I just look at myself, I'm going to start something, and they're like, okay, there's always that fear of, oh, will this thing succeed? Your heart to be beating. Are you chewing too much? Are you doing too much? Should you just leave this thing away? One of the things that I always remind myself is that when I did this thing and it failed, I always say I didn't die. So even if I do this one again and it fails, I won't die. So sort of as simple as that thing is, it always changes my mindset. The moment I say it, I move on. Then I continue what I'm doing. But of course, In trying to check all of these things, you also have to be sure that you are mindful, you're taking calculated risk, you are checking what is there, and not that you're just being taking reckless risk and putting everything on the line. So one of the things, possible thing that you one of the things you could do also is to do the what if test. What if test is very important in your business, in anything that you do. So whatever, akanimo edoho, happy Eid Mubarak to you too. Thank you so much. And so part of the things that you do is that you do the what if test. You say, okay, what if this money I lose it? What if I fail at this? What if nobody comes to buy? What if this? What if that? So when you think of all the possible what if scenario, then you also think about the solution. What if people don't come and buy? I will go and meet them where they are. I will do advert to them. I will reach out to people. You see, you are solving the problem of the what if. So by the time you do all of this, you will have your solution to all of these problems. And most times I tell you, those what ifs that you thought about, most times they don't even happen. And sometimes, the one you never thought about is the one that actually ends up happening. Sometimes really they do happen, but you already have the mindset, you already have the solution, you already have the answers towards tackling all of this. So I try to imagine all the possible things that could go wrong. I do the what if test. What if the business fails? Will I survive? Can I afford to lose the whole money I am investing into this business? If not, then you have to scale it down. Otherwise, you continue with it. Start small, think big. That's the way you must always look at these issues at all time. Start small, think big. Many people start business thinking it's a guaranteed one. I've seen a lot of people, they will say, oh, inshallah, they will never fail. By the grace of God, they will never fail. Their business is covered in the blood of Jesus and all of that. Well, prayers is good, but prayers has to come with action, and it doesn't mean that what will happen that will not happen. So what you need to do is always to think about what is the worst thing that can happen, and if you are not able to handle that worst thing that can happen, so probably it's best for you to just scale down the business. I think it's Many people start business thinking it's a guaranteed one. As long as they think positively, it will succeed. Do your homework. No business is guaranteed. It takes hard work, smartness, grit, stubbornness to keep a business going. So you've heard us talk about uh, uh, two things now. Laziness. If you are lazy, please don't do business. If you are afraid of failure also, please don't do business. Fear of failure has held a lot of people back from being achievers. Failing is normal, not learning from it is what abnormal. Are you adverse to risk taking? So we've talked about failure in business. If you are lazy, please don't do business. If you are afraid of failure, please don't do business. The next thing is that if you are afraid of taking risks, also don't do business. Are you adverse to risk taking? If you are, then I'd advise you not to do business and just leave it. A business person is a risk taker anytime, any day. The difference between a business person and a gambler is that a business person takes calculated risk, while a gambler takes a reckless risk. Yeah, absolutely. Faith without works is actually dead. And so for you to gain anything, you must be ready to lose it all. Risk is an essential part of progress. If you avoid risk, you also avoid opportunity. Risk is the price you pay for opportunity. Yes, did you hear me? Risk is the price you pay for that opportunity that you have right there. So if you are afraid of risk taking, if you are adverse to risk taking, please do not go into business. At certain stage in your business, you would have to put all on the line and burn the bridges behind, so that there's no turning point. When you know there's no turning point, you will work hard to achieve your goals. So this is all about risk taking. The next thing also is that, do you take responsibilities for your actions? Do you take 100% responsibilities for your actions? A lot of people don't take responsibilities for their actions. They will blame everything and everyone but themselves. So if you want to actually succeed at something, the first thing that you need to do, take responsibility, grab it, hold it. This is you. Yes, this business has failed. It is my fault that it failed. It's not village people, it's not aunty, it is not in-law, it is not old people, it is not principality and power, it is not devil. You didn't do something that you were supposed to do, and at the end of the day your business failed. Being able to take that responsibility, 100% responsibility, it puts the power in you to also solve the problem. If you take responsibility, then the power is with you to solve the problem. If you refuse to take responsibility, what will happen is that power will shift away from you. It will go to whoever it is that you are blaming. That's why even when it comes to governance, people are always saying that, oh, the government, I'm like, I will take responsibility. I haven't done what I'm supposed to do as a citizen, and so what can I do as a citizen to ensure that the situation is better? In that way, I take ownership, I take control, I take the power to solving the problem. If you want to be successful, you have to take 100% responsibility for everything that you experience in your life. This includes the level of your achievement, the results you produce, whether good or bad, the quality of your relationship, the state of your health and physical fitness. You also have to take 100% responsibility. Oh my goodness, because the net. Okay, we are back. I will just say, let me try it one last time to see whether we are going to be able to come back. I take 1,000,000% responsibility for all my decisions. Yes, Miss Sherry Coco, that's always the best way to go. John C. Maxwell is a very good author. Absolutely, I have a lot of his books, and he's really a very good author. Market research plus business plan will help you a lot. We help you, put you or set you, but it's not a failure proof. Sometimes certain things can happen. So I will just quickly go on the net. The weather is not on our side. It's raining outside, and probably that's what is affecting the connectivity. We are losing connectivity going out and coming in. So I'll just quickly try to just rush through those things that we should know why we should not do business. We've seen the things why we should not do business. One, if we are lazy, please, if you are lazy, do not think about doing business. Number two, if you are afraid of failure, please do not think of doing business. Just let business be. We also, what we just talked about now, before now, we say if you are also adverse to risk taking, then business is not for you. Business is all about risks, but of course business is about calculated risk. It's not about reckless risk. Then if one who do not take 100% responsibility for their action is one that should absolutely not be in business and should not be doing anything business. The other thing is that if you are not principled, it's very important. Character, integrity, they are absolutely very important in a business. And so you have to be principled, you have to have character. Otherwise you can do business with someone once a while. By the time the person know that you don't have principle, you don't have character, you're not trustworthy, they are not going to come back again. And so in no time, most people find themselves closing up. So it's very important for you to know that you need to be principled. If you are not principled, you can't do business. Contrary to what people think, business people are actually very principled. They're actually very principled people. Those who are not principled do not last. They may appear to have a lot going for them initially, but it's just a matter of time. In the end, it comes crashing down. For a business to succeed, there must be repeat business. It is not a one-off thing. So people must trust you enough to keep coming and coming and coming and doing business with you. How long would your business last if the people you do business with don't trust you and don't come back for more business or recommend you to others? You will only end up being a con person, and not a business person. So you be a Yahoo person, not necessarily a business, person. So that's it. If you are not principled, please do not do business. It's for people who are principled. Then we also have, if you are not open to possibilities, if your mind is not open, you're thinking of, oh, anything is possible, you're watching out for the next big thing, you're watching out for the thing you can take to your people. If you are not that kind of a person, then I'm sorry to say to you, business is definitely not for you. To succeed in business, you have to have an open mind. Be open to possibilities. Anything can happen. Anywhere you are, keep a watchful eye and keep an open mind and be looking around. Sometimes a lot of businesses come from transferring ideas from one place to another. You don't need to start a whole new business. You don't need to be killing yourself thinking, oh, I must start one new business. It's okay to copy and paste a business. You see a business idea that is working somewhere, or even if it's not working somewhere, but you know that if you bring it to your place that is going to do exceedingly well, then it's in your business to begin to look at that business and go into that business. So you really need to have an open mind. Not everyone is interested in business. If you are one, if you are one who is not interested in business, it's okay. Do what you do best. Financial independence is achievable whether one is in business or not, or self employed. So if you're not interested, there are some people, yes, they are not lazy, they are not afraid of failure, they are not adverse to risk taking, they take 100% responsibility for their action, they are principled, they are open to possibilities, but they are not interested in business. And it's okay. It's okay not to be interested in business. Be honest with yourself, be truthful with yourself, and so go ahead and find something that you are the one that you will want to do. Amy Okoye TV, good evening all. Good evening to you too. I think yesterday I was watching out for you. I don't think I saw you yesterday. Well, welcome today, and it's really lovely having you here. Miss Cherry Coco, yeah, good evening to you all. Market research, okay, yeah. And then accepting the ownership of responsibility. How do one mitigate these risk factors considering the volatile and uncertain business environment such as ours, due to no fault of ours? There's nothing that is absolutely due to no fault of ours. I'm going to come in and talk about that. Let me just round up here and say that for those who felt that, oh, they don't want to take part in business, they are not interested, it's okay. You can afford not to be interested in business. Do what you do best. Financial independence is achievable whether you are in business or you are not in business. Some of these things that I've shared right now, these are some of the reasons why you should not do business. The good thing about all of these reasons I've given you, why you should not business, is that they are not inborn in you, neither are they permanent state. So you can unlearn them. You can be someone who is not interested, then all of a sudden you become interested. It might just take a little bit of time and hard work. If you really work on it, you can overcome them and do business. You might be someone who is lazy, but you're determined to work on your laziness and become more hardworking and do business. You're someone who is not principled, but you're working on that. You're someone who is adverse to risk taking, but you work on that over time. Even maybe if you are close-minded, you open your mind to possibilities and all of that. So all of these things I've listed, they are not cast in stone. It's not something that, oh, the moment you have it or know it, that's it. You have to remain in that particular state. Okay, Amy Okoye TV. Oh, I'm sorry about that, but we try and do we do this thing. And of course, click on the notification bell also, so that it will easily notify you that I have gone live. Sometimes that is what help a lot. Okay. Chris Matt Digital said I should not rush. I should take time to teach, to share this thing. Yes, it's just that unfortunately, I don't know, the weather is just one kind, and the network is just on and off. But even if we do this, you can always go back and just watch the video and just take your time and take your notes and everything, and get it done. There was a question that Bayo asked, say accepting the ownership of what. So at the end of the day, really, we must take responsibility of everything 100%. Even where there are policies, yes, government has done policies that are bad. What you must do is to find within those decisions that were made, what could you have done better to mitigate the effect of those policies by government. The things around the environment that you are finding difficult, what is it that you could have done better? So that's where you take your own responsibilities for. You cannot control what maybe the other part will do. The things that are under your control, you work on them. The ones you cannot control, but even if you cannot control the action, you can control the reaction. If you understand what I mean. Yes, you can't control the action. Yes, when government will come with they will just change policies. Yes, the market forces can do something that you don't know. You don't have, I totally agree, you don't have control over those actions. So it's not in your business to dwell too much on those actions, but what you can dwell on is your reaction to the action. The reaction is 100% in your control. The reaction is something that you have control of, that you can make a decision on, and that you can take. And so make sure that you're taking the best, your reaction, you're taking the best reaction, or you are reacting the best way that mitigates whatever problem that had been caused. So that is where you also have a need to be able to take responsibility. Yeah, I think that's the question, one of the questions that we have here. Please, let's go, let's make this interactive and see what are the questions. Also, what other questions do you have? That way it helps me so that we would talk about them and go on. And most times also, I think one of the things that I've not added here is time. If you don't have, if you're not chance, if you're not free, if you don't have the time to devote to business, I think the best thing is for you to not do business. Then business at that moment is not the right thing for you, because what you find is that a lot of people get into business, they don't have the time to devote to it. They put their businesses in other people's hands, and these people just wreck these businesses because first of all, they don't feel the pain, they don't understand what it took to save money, they don't understand what it is to start a business, they don't understand what it is to put your all and expect that there will be growth, and if that thing doesn't grow, how disappointing it can be. So I think time is also something that we need to put here. I've already noted it here. If you do not have the time to focus on your business and dedicate to your business, then I think business is not for you. So in the meantime, I'm trying to see whether we have questions. If we don't have questions, I probably might be stopping the space in there. Okay, in this era of digital economy, or are these risk factors minimal, or should it be expected to be at the same rate? So like I talked about, what can you do to mitigate them? So that's where the what if comes in every business that you do. You must always sit down and from time to time put your business down and think about do your SWOT analysis. Really, what is your strength, what is your weakness, what are your opportunities, what are your threats? So you look at, so at every stage in your business, or from time to time, you have to do this SWOT analysis. You look at what your strengths are. How can you use your strengths to be able to get more, to grow, to make more money, to increase your return on investment, to be able to increase your profit? How can you go to capture more market, to increase your capital base? So you look at what your strengths are and how you can deploy your strengths, and then you also look at your weaknesses. How can you improve upon them? How can you reduce that weakness? How can you make your weakness to be strong? What can you do to mitigate the effect of the weakness that you have in your company? These are some of the things that you do. Then of course the opportunity, What are the opportunities that you have? How can you utilize these opportunities and use them for the betterment of your company? What are the things that you can do? And then threats. And I think under threat is where you're talking in this era of digital economy. You're looking at it and say, what are the threats that can come? What are the internet threats you can have? What are the external threats? What are the competition? Who are the people that are likely to compete with you? What are the things that are likely to take you out of business? You should be thinking well ahead of that, not just assuming that, oh, everything is going to be okay. No, you must always think that there is one innovation somewhere that someone is doing that might take you out of business. So what can you do now to mitigate that threat so that in case it happens, if it doesn't happen, fine. That's the beauty of what if it doesn't happen, no problem. You do all of this analysis, your SWOT analysis. Yes, the things you were afraid of, they ended up not happening. It's a plus for you. And then if they do happen, then you're ready for it, you're putting things in place, and you're ensuring that it doesn't affect you so adversely. So all of these things are things that one should put into consideration as you go. But at the end of the day, like I said, you must always take 100% responsibility. Even if you are not responsible for the action, you definitely are responsible for the reaction. Marcel Ezenagu say, Lolo Aisha, did you do SWOT analysis for all your business? Frankly speaking, no, not all my business. Most of the business, I just, you just dive in. You just see that, oh, this thing is very good, and then you go on. But there are quite a number of them that I took my time to do all of this SWOT analysis. In terms of doing SWOT analysis, I do business plan. For me, and I would say maybe because I have that advantage, my husband is a chartered accountant, he's an auditor. Doing business plans are things that he does like for a living. He does it for other companies, for stuff like that. So it's quite easy for me when I want to do something, he's producing a business plan. So that's how I'm able to get from there. Sometimes we do a bit of that SWOT analysis in it. But otherwise, I can tell you, if I wasn't in a position where I had someone who could readily do those business plans for me, SWOT analysis for me, I probably might not do them. And I can tell you, so a good number of the businesses, I just look at, there are some sort of like SWOT analysis you do. You just compare without necessarily writing it down. And I think this is something also we have to also be mindful of. There are the kind of things that you put it in writing, you do all of those fancy writing, you bring out the document with the business plan, you check your strength, your weakness, your opportunity, your threat, all of that. But there are some that it's actually mental SWOT that you do, but you don't write them down, but you are actually doing that SWOT analysis. You're thinking, okay, what profit can I get? Which area is it? Because, and I think that's the thing now. So there's always that mental SWOT analysis that you do. When you want to place a shop, you are checking, are there other people who are selling what you want to sell? This place, is this something that you need to start doing? And most times, even SWOT is usually for when you've started that business. It's not as much as before you start business. It's feasibility study and business plan that you do. So mentally you do this thing, even though you don't do them in terms of you're writing them, you're producing that document for them. So I would say yes, I do a bit of the mental work, but not as much as the written one. Even the written one that I do, I have my husband who is always helping me to do those things: feasibility studies, business plan. Currently in school, I'm also a student. I'm doing BSc economics currently in Ahmadu Bello University. They have this long distance learning program, which is quite good. So you can they have centers across Nigeria, and also where we write exams. So everything is online, the lectures, everything, but we write exam physically. And even in like places like Dubai, UK, I think US, some countries like that, they also have centers where they write this exam. So I'm doing that. And recently, one of the assignments we were given was to do a business feasibility study and bring in a report. All I just did was to go and check. I remember I've done this thing. There were some that my husband had done for me for my businesses, so I could just see it and be using it to work. And so it wasn't something that was new to me. So these are some of the things. But like I said, please don't forget that sometimes you mentally do these things without necessarily necessarily putting it down, but that doesn't mean that you're not doing it, because you're always watching out, how can I be better? What are the things that are affecting me that I need to do away with? What are the opportunities I can make use of? You might not call them SWOT, but you're mentally always doing that in business. Hi, Izzy Mepi. Please go ahead. We have about 20 minutes more to go. Please go ahead. Emi Okoye TV says, what businesses are you into so we can patronize? Well, I do wholesale. I do wholesale. I sell houses actually, and that's one of the things that I do. Then I do wholesales. I sell chicken feed, Vital chicken feed. I sell ground oil. I sell rice. I sell oil. I sell Indomie. I sell Nestle water. I sell other things like that. But mostly, for example, somebody is buying, you have to buy them in trailer. You're buying a trailer or a bit of a quantity. I don't do retail. I don't sell like one and stuff like that. And then also like in terms of houses, I currently have a house that is two-bedroom flat. It's two-bedroom flat. It's 6 units in a particular how do I put it now? Let me do this and see. It's 6. I'm trying to bring it up in case you can see it from there. It's it's 6 units. And for me, I'm selling it whole. A lot of people have said, oh, but you can break it down. You see, that's the house there. You have a two-bedroom. I'm trying to say, okay, if you can see the front, that's two bedroom, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you have like 2 floors up and everything. So I'm like, oh, but it will be easier, just sell it, just break it down and sell it as one flat and everything. I don't want to sell it. I don't have that stress, Jared, to be doing this thing. So what I do, it's a whole, like this one, the asking price is 300 million for this particular one in Abuja. It's in Abuja. It's in an area called Mbora in Abuja. So those are the things that I do wholesale. I don't do retail, but thank you so much for asking, and thank you for wanting to patronize. You have unlimited energy, ma. Ama. Yes, I have. Currently, you won't believe it, I'm actually very tired. I'm feeling sleepy. That's why I'm going to do this thing for 1 hour, because I don't know why. Okay, maybe because all throughout the day I really didn't eat. I wasn't fasting, but I didn't eat at all. I didn't even drink water till in the evening around 6. That was when I went for a walk, and then I was really tired after that walk. So I just want to do now. I just want to get some sleep. But yeah, on a serious note, I've always been like that. I have a lot of energy. What asset can I buy with 5 from you that I can make profit from? 1 2 3 4 5. You know, I always say to people, there is no business. Every business will give you profit, and every business you can lose from it. So it is not as much as what can I do. So most times when people are thinking about business, they always think from the point of money. Don't think from the point of money. Think from the point of solving problem. What are the things in the place that you stay in? Forget about money per se for now. In the place that you stay in, what are the things that people are looking to buy that they don't easily get to buy? So that's where your answer is. Don't think about, oh, I have certain money. That's why we always say, if you've not learned to make money without money, you will not learn how to make money with money. And that's why you see people get money, and before you know what's happening, oh, the money goes. They start the business, it goes away, because you're thinking about, there's no product you buy you will not make profit, and there's no product you buy that you cannot make loss. Even if you are staying in a shop, your next neighbor is making profit out of it, you can end up making loss. That's how business is. So the first thing is for you to learn the business, understand it. So I will say for you, if you want to start a business, always start a business from the point of, look at your customer. What is it that they need? And then you'll be able to solve it for them and make money out of it. That's the best way to go. Not what is it that you buy and make a profit for, because everything is a potential billionaire maker, and also everything is a potential failure maker. You can lose everything and it. So buy or say business ordinarily to me is a two-way traffic. Producers and consumers in this challenge economy where the potential is how does this encourage a fresh mind? How? So yes, I do agree with you. Business always depend on the disposable income of people. The more money that is in people's hand, the more they are able to spend, and the more they're spending, the more there's traffic in the economy, the more there's production, and it just goes like that. That's what they call the circular flow of income. If people don't have money, they can't buy as much, then businesses have to close down, and then of course people now have to lose job, and it becomes worse and worse and worse. So the question that you ask from the fresh mind is also from coming from, what are the problems that you can solve? What are the things that are difficult? For example, now you've seen situation whereby people are selling yam. They are selling yam in pieces instead of a whole tuber. uh, for someone like me, I grew up in Kano, where like fruits, it's now almost everywhere, where you see like a whole watermelon, somebody cannot buy a whole watermelon. So what do? They cut it into bits and pieces, and people have it. And that's why you see that the more the economy gets worse, the more there's a sachetization of the economy, where a lot of things are being sold in sachet instead of a big one. So the thing about anything about business is always to look at it from the point of view of, what can we do to solve the problem that people have? What is the problem that people have right now? They don't have money. They have small money, and that small money, they want it to be able they want to be able to um they want it to be able to use it to maximize the utility, right? To get everything they can out of it. So as I'm just talking to you, also I'm thinking in my head, for example, many people don't have a huge amount of money for them to cook soup, to go and buy this, to go and buy that. So if you can start something that says, I'm just thinking top of my head, I can start something whereby I will just package one small something that maybe you can get a soup of 2,000 naira. I will have some few pieces of meat, few pieces of pomo, few pieces of things that you can just join them together, and you can make a soup that you can eat your eba or whatever, just na. So that's some of the things that is top of my head. I'm thinking of what problem people have. You need to make food for your children. You really don't have money. That's why things like all of these fast food are coming from. For example, noodle. You see, when you buy this noodle, Indomie and Co, it's one pot. It's out of, okay, there's no money, let's just put, although Indomie is expensive now, but you see, what is it that is that you just buy this thing, you put that sachet whatever inside, instantly you have a meal that you can eat it, whether it's very nutritious or it's not too healthy. That's the story for another day. But the thing is that things like Indomie and Co noodle, they actually meet that need. So instead of where you're thinking of having to buy fresh fruit, fresh food, fresh this, rice, go and cook stew and all of that, just buy noodle, put everything inside, open that sachet, and you have something that people can readily eat. So that's solving a problem. So those are some of the things also that you come, because for every problem, and I will tell you this, for every problem is an opportunity for you to make money. The more problem there are, the more opportunity for those who are ready to solve the problem for them to make the money. That's why places like Nigeria and Co, this is where the business opportunities are, not out of the country. When you see people doing jackpot, they are not jackpotting to go and do business. If you are looking for where to do business, that you can start something that might be, it's actually here. Over there, the kind of business that you will be starting will be mighty huge kind of businesses, but here with little things you can actually do a whole lot of things. Eric Winner, hi and welcome. Kingsley Alex, welcome. You say, what happened to someone who her members of her band took all her money she wanted to serve and she's left with 100K? I don't even know where to answer that question, because the first thing I'm thinking in my head, why did you put the money where your family members are going to get it? If you have money, put it in an account where nobody can have access to it, whether family or wherever. But then it is what it is. Now she has 100 million. Sorry, now she has 100,000. She can still continue from where the business that she wanted to do. Let her scale it down. She can still continue it, because one of the things about business is that you must learn how to make money without money. It's really when you are scaling up your business that you need a lot of money, because but most times people always think that you need money to do business. They don't explore whatever opportunity they can get. So I don't know if you know what business it is that she wanted to do. You would have put it there so that we can analyze the business and see specifically what are the things that she can do. If it's something that she wanted to start selling, let her buy a little, and then have an arrangement with the people who are doing it to say, oh, I will be coming to you to come and buy more if I sell. As I sell, she might go and buy it and replace her shop many times in a day because she doesn't have money. So but she can always let her continue with that business that she wanted to do. And if you know what kind of business it is and you are willing to share, put it here so that we'll be able to better analyze it and tell you what are the ways that she can do. But I will say to her, go ahead with that business. Just scale it down. You can always scale a business down, and you don't have to start it all at once. Even if it's a restaurant you wanted to start, go and start getting food for people. Go and start helping people buy from somewhere, or start it small. Do something. You can always start with something. Even if it's a boutique you wanted to start, or whatever, start with your own self. Use that 100 naira, buy the little that you can. Let the person, wherever people you are buying from, know that I'm gonna sell this, and if I sell it, I'm going to come back to you. If I have someone who wants choices, there's always something. Negotiate, talk to people. You always find a way of doing it. The biggest problem that we have with business is money. Yes, the biggest thing that makes people fail in business is availability of too much money. That's what. So because the thing about business is that when you have money in your business, you are not creative. Even when you're an established business person, it happens to me a lot too, because there's so much money. You just be doing the business like this. Yeah. It is when there's no money in your business that you are more creative. You use your head more. You find solutions. You find creative ways to solve problems. You find creative ways to do things. But when there's money in your business, you just buy, you sell, you turn over. You just get lazy and you don't really apply yourself. So when you have more needs, you actually end up applying yourself in business. And I'm going to share a little bit of experience with you. In 2011, I was in Kaduna. I used to live in Kaduna. My husband was in Abuja. He was working at NHIS. He was their GM, general manager. So he had left the private sector. He came over to NHIS. So I was in Kaduna doing my businesses and everything. I didn't want to come. So we agreed that I shouldn't come to Abuja. We'll just stay in Kaduna. But I was forced to leave Abuja because armed robbers were disturbing me. Armed robbers came to my house twice in 6 months. So December 2010, armed robbers came to my house. June 2011, the armed robbers came to my house. And at that moment, there was something I was doing. I'm also going to share it with you here, which is, please, I advise people, do not put your businesses where you are living. It was a mistake I made. One, I had a lot of my businesses around where I was living. We had a soap factory. Where we were living, we had a soap factory there. I also had my what do you call this thing now, my garage, my trailers. Then I was doing this trailer business. My trailers used to go to Lagos. I take goods to Lagos and bring goods from Lagos to the north, and from the north to Lagos. So what that did now, so I had a huge trailer garage. So that's when they come in, that's where they come in for repairs. They check them. The drivers will come, we give them their allowances. Those drivers were getting 10%. Apart from we give them 10% of whatever value of goods that they carry. That's story for another day. So they come in. So people. And then I had houses. We had houses that we built with tenants around that area, plots of land. So people knew about this. I'm sure they just felt that I had a lot of money I keep in the house. I don't keep money at home. I don't keep money in the house. But just having all of those businesses around me was a problem I didn't realize at that time. So I always say to people, don't put your businesses where you live, or don't live near where your businesses are, where people can say, these are your businesses, these are your house. Because people that begin to feel, oh, you have so much money, and they're coming. So I was there doing that. So after that, I came back to Abuja. When I came to Abuja, my children's school fees in Kaduna was like 100,000. Yeah, for both of them, maybe maximum 110, 120. That was what we paying. And then I came to Abuja. The schools we were checking, omo, in short, my daughter's primary school was like, was it about 800 and something thousand per term, and then my son was about $25,000 per session. We even had a problem with that because when I came, I checked out. My son is dyslexic. For if any of you have ever followed my public statement on that, it's a learning disability. So I needed a school that would fit my son. When I told my husband, I was like, so initially when I heard of the school fees, the school was a very good, it's a very good school, the Regents secondary school. And I was like, omo, be like say I go lie to my husband, because if I tell am the truth, say the school is this, is so expensive, I'm gonna say, what are we doing? But we don't lie to each other. At the end of the day, I told him, I said, look at what the school, my husband was like, no, how can we put our son in that school? He's a public servant. Why would people, they will not say, oh, his child is good? I said, well, you are a public servant, me, I'm not a public servant, me, I'm a businesswoman and I make my money, and this my son, he needs all our help. So because we do everything together, my son like, yes, I'm willing to pay, even if yes, you're a public servant, I'm willing to. He was like, no, with your back and forth, we had issues over there, but at the end of the day, my son still went to that school. So what now happened was, I'm going to give you the main gist I want to give you for you to understand when I talk about when you have need. What now happened is that from paying just 100,000, we are now paying millions per session. The first thing I did was I called my children. I said, look, we will no longer be going on holidays, because we're always going on family holidays. Me, with my children, meet them like this. We can be sitting down, we'll just pick a map and say, touch where do you people want us to go to? They will just point at one place in the map. The next thing, me don't, I don't buy tickets. That's how, I don't buy ticket. We not see, we on the road, we traveled. Sometimes on Thursday we didn't make up our mind we were traveling. Maybe by Friday we just decide, let's travel, Joe. Myself and my children, we call ourselves the Three Musketeers. We just carry our bag, we are out. So we're doing all of those traveling. I love to travel, and I feel traveling is also part of education. So I said to my children, I said, from now on we can't travel again, because these your new schools, they are very expensive. And so we had that agreement and everything. Then I went to my business. One of my this where the one I sell chicken feed distribution. Do you know, because I had need before, I didn't have need. My school fees was just 100,000. We travel when we want to travel, the need was small. But by the time my expenses increase, because one of the things that myself and my husband we have is that we always say every one of us must independently be able to pay take care of the expenses of the family. That's one of our motto. That's how we operate our thing. So we're always working towards that. So the next thing, my business, I started working on it. I started looking ideas. What do I do to sell more? How many trailers more do I need to sell to be able to make this, blah blah blah? Before you know what's happening, the same business, nothing changed other than my needs for money change. It started doing so well. Even the company, they had to come and ask. I say, madam, what is happening? Why are you selling so much? Why are you not buying so many trailers? Kiriko, they had to come and say, what changed? I said, I said, nothing changed, other than my expenses. So that's how I also say to you, excuse me, sometimes you need reduce money for you to be more creative. The biggest problem you have in your business is that there's too much money, and when there's too much money, you really don't think. So these are some of the things that push you. Sometimes people don't know, they just sit down and say, oh, because right now I always find it funny, people will say, oh, her children were in the Regent secondary school, my husband was just a civil public servant for 8 years. He only did that thing for 8 years. He has always been in private, this thing, he went back to private. But the thing is that because you are a woman in Nigeria, they will always see you finish. They always feel that a woman doesn't have money. Every money she has to be dependent on her husband. And I looked at them and laughed, and especially because you've not worked. We are trading, we know the amount of money in trading. As far back as how many years ago, I know almost 20 years ago, there are companies that will come and drop load in my warehouse worth hundreds of millions. When I finish selling, I will give them. So a lot of trading, but because in trading we are not wearing fancy clothes, we are not doing that. They always look as if we are poor people, we don't know what to do. But anyway, if you have a need in your business, where you have a need for money, you always will think, you're always more creative, you're looking for ideas to make your business work. So I will say to you that your friend, that member, that her family members have taken away her money and they left her with 100K, use that 100K to do that business. Miss Cherry Coco said another problem issue is not just finding supply but finding, oh yes, it's always a problem finding trustworthy suppliers. So for me, one of the ways of mitigating that is I deal with companies directly, companies that are trustworthy. And one of the things for me that I always do is that for now, before I used to buy goods that I would go and use trailer to carry those things by myself. I don't do that anymore. The moment if a new company wants to do business with me, the first thing I ask you, how do we deliver the goods? Do you deliver to the warehouse, or do I have to go to your to the factory to carry the goods? If you say that I have to come to the factory to bring the goods home, I don't do it. No matter how lucrative it is, I don't do that business, because but if you are bringing it to my warehouse and dropping it, it's when you come to my warehouse that I take responsibility for it. I do it. When I used to do when I would go to factories to do it, honestly, my mind know the rest. The moment your goods are on the road, your mind is breaking. What if an accident happens? What if your goods fall off? What if this, what? So that's care for me. And then if you are doing this thing, goods in transit, they call it GIT insurance. It's actually sometimes so expensive, and then you have to do it for every vehicle you take. Me, I just don't get, I don't have that. But in terms of trustworthy, it's a big thing. So you have to if you look for companies you work with. Otherwise, then also it's get people that you are able to trust. Sometimes even the ones you trust, sometimes one thing will happen, they didn't bring goods on time to them, your money will not be hooked for you to get those things. It just becomes wahala upon wahala upon wahala. Then Bayo said, there comes the introduction of the basic topic of opportunity cost, or better still, scale of preference. Yeah, you have to. Yes, opportunity cost for every decision you do, for everything. For example, like someone who is maybe like me, who is a seller, right? I buy, I sell, I distribute. For everything I distribute, there's opportunity cost of the one that I forfeited to distribute. So you have to also check what is it that your customer base want. What is it that is easier for you to sell? What is it that you would want to easily, that you can easily sell, you can easily work on, you can't do everything. You understand? That's why there's always that opportunity cost, in the terms of, that's why there's scarcity. There is a limited resources and unlimited ones in life, and you cannot solve everything. There will always be scarcity, so you must choose something over another. And so those are the things that you have to look at. What is better? What can you sell more? What is it that your customer base is looking at? What is it that maybe it's more profitable? Sometimes we sell things, and that's the thing about people who are in the market. I use myself more as a distributor than not necessarily, because I haven't done manufacturing. I've never even done any manufacturing business. It's only my husband that had done the soap industry. He is the one that is into doing some. He has done soap industry, he has done bakery. Yes, they are doing bakery, they and all of that. But myself, he has done this he used to do this building of trailers. So even my husband, even though he's working, he's always doing one business or the other by the side, and they are always eating his money somehow, but some he's still making some, because he's nice. He'll be making business decision. Me, if I'm very ruthless when it comes to business, so if you try me anyhow, it's not that I don't even have that. If you try, I can sack you today, I can employ you today, the next day I sack you if you are doing anyhow. Because the thing, whether you can even be my sibling or my father. I mean, my father had worked with me one time. He was my cashier in my this. I've had my lot of my siblings work with me. There has to be discipline. You understand? For some, so my husband will be like, if I drive him now, what will he eat? What will his family eat? But if I don't drive you, you will kill my business, you will destroy my business. So I have to choose one. And then, especially if somebody is stealing or whatever, I don't joke with that. The day I catch you stealing, you're gone. The moment I sack you, please come and be going. One of the things that I just do is that I might decide I can pay you 3 months. I'm very good at that. I will just pay you 3 months salary and say go, carry it and go and solve yourself. Use that time to look for business, because sometimes people are too sentimental in making decisions. Oh, they will suffer. Oh, but your business will suffer, and then it will affect all the other workers, that are there. So we must do that. So for me, in terms of my own cases, I use the buying and selling. So I know I've been part of production, like even the soap industry. I was the one running it, because my husband, of course, he works and everything, so I'm the one that helps him to run it and do all of that. So you always have to check what is it that you're selling, what is it that you can make profit for. So as a business people who are selling, as a trader, we sell the things that gives us more profit, not necessarily. I mean, if I have to, and let me give you an example. For example, water, right? You see swan water. I'm sorry, I have to use specific examples. Swan water is spring water, Gosi water is spring water. I used to be distributor for these two products. Gosi water is from Ekiti State. Ikogosi is warm spring water, the other one is cold spring water. They are more expensive than the other table water. They are even nicer, even in terms of health and everything. But if you go to people who are selling one, they hardly sell those ones, because the margin, the profit is not much. If you want to buy water, whatever one they give you, you will collect. Then if it's 100 naira, 100 naira, this one is giving me less money, I'm going to sell the one that's going to give me more profit. So those are the way you do your opportunity cost and also scale of preference. Okay, Kingsley Alex. Okay, she's out of the country and she has no. Please, if you are talking about the one that her people have eaten their money, please, what I will say to her, let her take that 100,000 and just move on. Let her not do the business. If she's out of the country, if she has no account, if she's not in Nigeria, then she should not be thinking about doing business in Nigeria. They will only end up eating more and more of her money. I would have even said something like that. If she wants to buy land, they will end up eating her money. What she will do, let her look for what she can do where she is. She can buy land, she can start look for mortgage, do a down payment, she can start rental properties there. People should also look at how to do business where they are. This whole, you are bringing money to Nigeria, you're sending it to your people. Family are the ones that will eat your money. The family eat your money more than any other person, because they know at the end of the day there's nothing you will do to them. If you start opening your eye, that's when your mother will come and start begging. She will not start crying. Is that not your brother? Is that not your sister? But meanwhile the person have eaten your money. So please, I will say to her, let her not put that. Lolo Aisha, please cite more instances on business with no money. Which did you do too? So like I always say, my first business that I did, I started with 10 back. It was very small money. It was 10,000 naira at that time. I went to go and buy. I wasn't waiting to get a big thing. Let me start with some example. For example, let's say, for example, you want to start a school. It's your dream to start a school. Of course, you don't have money to start building school, to start doing all of that. You can start off with lessons in your house, in your area, and you can begin to have children come in. You begin to plan for them. You begin to do something. You begin to give them a little bit of lessons, and you're saving money as you are going on. That's something. You want to start sort of like a boutique. You want to start a shop, you want to start selling things. You can start going to meet people who are selling clothes and be in between for them. Of course, you talk to some people, you're able to get credit, or you're able to start with very little money. Even if you don't have the shop, you don't have money to hire shop, yes, go and meet those people who are doing shop, be collecting from them and selling. That's why a lot of people do. When you see, so, oh, we have somewhere, I have my brother, let me go and take you to my brother's shop. Most of them don't have those shop. Most of them are selling. As you're selling, you are making small profit. You begin to save those profits that you have. I even say to people, if people say, oh, we want to start provision store, I say, go and check inside your house. What are the provisions you currently have that you can sell? Oh, this Maggi there in your area, in the place where I begin to tell them, oh, I have salt I'm selling, I have Maggi I'm selling. You can start selling something from there, and then before you know something, you're also having money, to keep going. One of the things people don't do a go between, do distribution, be a solution, be a solver. You want to start a printing house, you want to start a printing shop, right? You don't have money for printers, you don't have money for that. Can you begin to go around and source for people who have printing job and then collect it and go to printing press, printing houses, and go and get that job done and get a little bit of profit? So you meet them. I will be bringing jobs to you. I will go and source for job, and you do that. You reduce for me at a reduced price. I will get something. Then you go and meet people who want to do these jobs, and then what will they do? You ensure you're doing perfect job for them, good job for them, and then at affordable price, even cheaper than if they were to go and do it themselves, and you bring them in. Before you know what's happening, you begin to have from your profit. From your profit, you now begin to save. Be saving from that your profit, not that you be eating everything. As you are saving, one day you are able to get money to get a shop. You now have a place where you can say to them, oh, come and meet me in my shop. Oh yes, the shop is empty yet. Oh, this is my shop where we are doing the printing is different. It's you that know that you are going to other people's printing place. Where I'm doing the printing is different. You collect the work here, you go over there, you ensure that you get good job being done from them. You bring it to that your shop. When they come and collect their work. Because when I come to a printing press, hardly do I see down that I must see the machine that is doing it, but I just need to know this is a person that will get it done. So you see, with that, you still don't have money to buy all those printing material, printing machines and all of that you want to sell, but you're doing the business, you're working with people. By the time you now save enough to have money to be able to use, to get your printing machines and all of that, you already have a customer base. It's no longer difficult for you. Have customer. It's seamless. Before you know what's happening, you're just going. Rather than you first of all go and be looking for money, and you buy all the printing press, you hire a shop, buy printing machines, do everything, and then you sit down, there's no customer. You are waiting for customer to. That's when you are looking for customer. When customer was the first thing that you ought to look for. Any business, whatever it is, you can always start it, without this. Even for those who want to do restaurant, who want to do food, go and start with people who are already doing food, collecting for them. Just be that in between. From then you now start your own. Miss Cherry Coco say, at Kingsley Alex, I can totally relate. People abroad are extremely scared to trust anyone with their money since they are not on ground. I will not advise anyone to trust anyone with their money, whether it's your mother, your father, see, when it comes to money, remove trust. Put trust aside. You don't trust nobody with your money. Anybody you are selling something to at any time, the first thing that should be on my, how do I safeguard my money? Zero trust. You are doing business with the person, you don't have to trust, but you are making sure that everything is in place, that the person will not chop your money. That's how I do business. That's how it is. There's nothing like, oh, I trust the person so much, you go and drop your money there. People abroad end up, most times they are working so hard, they end up, they are spending their money. There's someone who said to me just this afternoon, I had a session with someone who came over. She needed advice and all of that. We spoke for hours, and then she was like, oh, she'll be sending money to her brother to be helping her build. I said, don't do it. I say, house you will not see, money will be eating. Your brother, you can't do anything to. You can't take your brother to police station. Even if you take your brother to police, they will not do anything. Family will come and beg you. So why? Gather your money. The day you come to Abuja on your own. If you have to buy it in Nigeria, go and look for houses, look for where, and point one and buy it. So for me, I would say, don't trust anybody with your money. This is not the time that you can be trusting money. Okay, Marcel Ezenagu and Miss Cherry Coco. Yeah, the conversation continue. Kingsley Allen says, like, she has been in pay, she has no account, so she said let her trust a family member who opened an account just under when he went and sweep all the money up. Definitely that's what will happen. And I wonder why people say in this modern day you don't have an account. How can't you have an account? You can open account online. All this OP and whatever, it's not online they open account. There are accounts you open online in Nigeria. You can operate them from there. I don't know why people just still behave as if we are still in 1984 instead of 2024. So please, but what should we? Hello Sunday, welcome. One of the things I would say to her is that let her use this as a learning experience. That money that the person took was the money that she would have paid to go to Harvard to go and get knowledge. If she was going to pay for Harvard education, she knows how expensive it is, and so let's say Harvard masters, maybe close to about $70,000 or something, and so let her just consider what has happened to her as experience she needed to learn from by going to Harvard. So let her not dwell too much on the fact that this family member has eaten her money. What will be so painful, or what will be a tragedy, will be that she did not learn from her mistake. So as long as she learns from her mistake, everything is okay. I will say to her, I don't think she should be starting business in Nigeria. She shouldn't be doing that. Let her save her money where she is. Even in forex alone, that forex is also business, which by the time she's thinking about Nigeria. And then if she can also do property in the country that she's in, do down payment, get houses, put people that will there, even Nigerians that will be going over there, that will newly come, or other immigrants or whatever, that they will need houses to stay in. Later you can even do Airbnb. There's so many things you can do with properties instead of bringing your money to Nigeria and somebody will be eating it up. I think we have already done an hour. I was thinking we're going to do hour. Let me go around and see. I believe it helped people more if you tailor the business idea. I imagine they are all starting with the bare minimum in naira. Oh yeah, sure. Most of my business is that all these things I've been talking about, it's the one you start with the smallest amount of money, because you don't start business with huge amount of money. If you do, you most likely you're losing it. You start with as little as possible. That's why I give ideas. Some of them, even when you don't have, I say start from being like a salesperson, a go-between. Start from taking credit, start from doing those and grow it from there. I don't do big businesses, big so millions. If anybody say, oh, they are needing 100 million to start a business, 50 million, 10 million, me, I don't have that, because I didn't start my business that way. I started my business with very little, and the thing is that it keep growing it. So that's it. So I totally agree with you, Miss Cherry Coco. This into biz, no insult to the lovely. It's not this economy, they've always been like that, Miss Sherry Coco, I can tell you. And it's not even just about people coming in from abroad. Even here, a lot of people open their businesses, they are squandered. That's why what people don't understand is that the lack of trust, the lack of this stealing, is also part of the reason why a lot of businesses have collapsed, and they have led to more unemployment in the society. You will start a business. Let me tell you something. We used to have poultry. There was a day that one of the person that used to come and work in our poultry, he wear this baggy cloth. I think we got up to, was it 60 something eggs from him. He came in, and then he will, in the morning when he will clean the chicken, feed them, apparently he will pack the egg. That was over, I think, like about 2 crates was what he took, one person. So it's not this economy. The Nigerians have this thing where they think that it is not wrong when they are stealing from their employers. They even think they flex with it. They think they are smart, but it's a crime. And unfortunately for us, our judicial system is very poor. They know nothing can be done to them. Even if you carry them to police, you will end up giving police money to police. The police will end up chopping their money. You will not get your money. So it's always been there. So you have to be careful. Part of the things that have killed a lot of businesses is actually untrustworthy workers, lack of honest workers, people who steal from the businesses that they are in. At the end of the day, they don't know that they are also affected by this stealing. When the business falls, the person will just go on with his life, and not just be bothered, and then it is those people around that end up losing those jobs. Kingsley Alex, I tell you, well, she has no option than to start from square one. But she's not really starting from square one. She's starting from square one with experience. Now she knows how easily her money can be taken away. That's a knowledge. So what she should focus on, which is for me also what I do in most of my failure and the things that I failed in. As we go on, there's a day that I'm going to dedicate to just talking about failing, how to deal with failure in business. It's just for her to say that let her start from where she is and just keep going. That was an experience. That's why I said to you, it's like she paid for a course at Harvard. People pay out of their pocket thousands of dollars to do take courses in places like Harvard and all the other Ivy League schools. So that's basically like what she has done. So it's not really square one. So but now she has more experience. You will not make that mistake again, and then you continue to go. Yeah, I mean, family and business, those things don't mix. So except you have ready, even when you are, you can't just this thing, they will it, they are the worst. Your family is the worst you have in your business, because those ones just know that there's nothing you can do to them. You, even when you can't even drive them, you can't talk to them anyhow, except if you get coconut hair like me sha. Even at that, that's not to say that they will still eat your money. The other ones will be afraid of you, what you will do. These ones are not afraid. They know if you say anything, family will come and talk to you and beg you. Yeah, Miss Shelly Coco. Yeah, but unfortunately, Nigeria is our reality, and we just have to keep going with it. That's just the way it is. Emi Okoye, you're welcome. It's a pleasure doing this here. I am Daniel's Dove. Welcome. Silent Music. Thank you so much for being here. I am Daniel Dove. Said this already happened to me. Uh, Bayo said, this is where the issue of integrity, persistence, competence come as yardstick for success. Thank you so much for repositioning these values. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for the and I hardly send home money, but I'm at for I can't repeat. I'm done. Yeah, that's the thing. Whatever people say, people will always talk. Just do you. If you are not gonna send, don't send. Forget about anything that they do. If they lie, let them talk. You shall know this is it. You cannot, because one of the things, if you remember, I don't know whether you guys were, any of you that was part of when we discussed the financial IQ, by the 5 financial IQs by Robert Kiyosaki. One of them was that protect your money. Your money must be protected. You can't just sit down and be allowing people to be eating your money anyhow. That's a foolish, that means you are not financially smart, you're not financially wise. When you make money, you increase your money, you learn information, you are able to increase the money you make. You must protect that money. So you must protect that money from even yourself, family and friends, people around you. People cannot just come and eat your money anyhow. If they eat your money once, then you must ensure that you don't give them the opportunity for them to eat that money again. No, yes, Miss Sherry Coco, but that just happened. So I'm sure before that, and even at that, they have given them permission to continue with new intake again. So before then, that was an opportunity for them to have done it. And then if the person couldn't do it, and don't they travel back to Nigeria, they could literally have opened their account whenever they travel back to Nigeria. Otherwise, save your money in your forest, hold it in forest. When you come to Nigeria, come with it in forest. You just go and meet bureau de change and change your money to naira within seconds. Sometimes we are very lax about these things. Sometimes we just feel lazy. I can't do it, I can't go to bank, I can't do this, I can't do. You think you are trusting relative. Well, now that the money has gone, you will now know that which one was it easier for you to have done. Yeah, Marcel, the thing is that for family and friends, there's too much. The rate at which somebody gets in trouble is too much, that is really not what they have. Yes, there are exceptions. So most times what will happen is that we don't, exception is not the norm. We can't use exception. We want something that works better. And it's just apart from family and friends, even most partnership and whatever in Nigeria, they are always riddled with problem. We have issue of integrity, we have issue of honesty, and the thing that surprises me the most is that we are such a religious people. We are so religious but godless. People carry the optics of religion on their head, the essence of religion, the essence of believing in God and fearing God. They absolutely do not have it. for forex trade, whatever it is that someone needs to do, please get as much knowledge as you can. Knowledge is very important. Don't say that, oh, I've seen somebody who is making so much amount of money, because of that you jump into. Every business is a potential billionaire maker, and every business can make you a pauper. You can lose everything in every business. So learn the money, learn to do it. Network marketing, yes, I don't know whether I can say it's good or it's not good. I know I did it, but it's so really very strenuous. I did a lot of those network. Is it T and she? A lot of them. I can't even remember their names now. So just make sure that you're doing your due diligence. You're learning the information, and you have what it takes to do it. Yeah, I know things like Opay and Co. There are some ones that do online. They initially government has stopped them, but now they are allowed back. And also, recommended is that when people travel back home, they should just quickly do something and open an account. And I think even the conventional banks, yes, they have online banking that you can open online. I think so. Access Bank, Sterling, and GT or whatever, they have accounts that you can just open online, and you start your this thing. Just check and do your Google and this thing. I think I've seen those accounts that when they say you can actually do them online, you set up an account. Use even the conventional banks we have in Nigeria, they are doing it. Technology has gone beyond the things that we have. So sometimes people should ask for knowledge. Just ask for information, and then you always find people who are willing to share that with you. Yeah, and then okay, yeah, yes, the employee always have entitlement that it's right for them to steal from. That's the problem we have in Nigeria. People have it. Ewa, I love you too. Thank you so much. Immaculate Entertainment TV. Well done. Thank you for joining us. If you want great credible product. Okay, so when you say if you want to create edible product, so it depends on what kind of edible product. Is it like market produce that you just buy and sell, or you're going to create, or is it the one, for example, what do they call this thing? What is this word, like when you, oh gosh, when you manufacture, when you buy produce, and then you improve upon them. I can't remember the term they normally use for them. For example, you want to do something like bread, biscuit, or any of those things, then yes, first of all you need to register with CAC, and then you need to get a NAFDAC registration. You need to register with NAFDAC edible product. But if it's something like you're just going to buy mango and sell, or buy fruits and sell, I mean, it's edible product, but it's not the one that you are making. That's why I'm looking if there's a word. Lord, I must, sometimes words just elude me. I'm thinking of the word in my head, but I just can't verbalize it. But whatever it is, you will need, if it's those kind of thing that you're making something, a product out of something, whether it's edible, then you have to register also with NAFDAC. That yeah, this National Administration for Drug and something food, whatever, but they are the ones that you have to negotiate with, that you have to register with. uh Sometimes, yeah, so you have, yeah, people will just come and they are spamming. I was in Nigeria this past ending of April to May just to open a bank account and get in it. Oh Lord, it was hell. I left Oh Lord, have mercy. That's crazy. Oh yeah, that's another one. You need to do NIN, right? But can't you do NIN in your place where you are, except there's no Nigerian embassy or high commission there? There's no Nigerian embassy there. Please also NIN are something that you can do even before you come into Nigeria. And yeah, sometimes these things can be difficult and a bit frustrating, but it can still be done if it's something. But I do know, okay, maybe with those from abroad, recently now with the NIN is also a problem, but I think NIN is something that you can get even while you're abroad. You don't have to come to Nigeria to get it, so that within the window period that you need to be here to register those accounts, you then will be able to get it. Another thing also will be, okay, no, that one they will need to come and check. Yeah, yes, I'm just trying to think through that. So please, maybe try and get your NIN from your embassy, from the Nigerian embassy or the Nigerian High Commission. I don't even know what they call them in different places. Emi Okoye, thank you so much. Tasha Zazo TV, thank you, welcome. Blessing Alex is my Agbade sister. That's true, Ogbo. Wow, Bilu, it's a pleasure having someone here from Agbade. Agbade, for those of you that don't know, it's my village. Aisha, you're making a positive difference in the global narrative on, oh, thank you so much. I wanted to open an account because my trip to Nigeria in November 2020, but they gave me two bako bags to carry. I was extremely scared walking out of there. Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. So yeah, I totally get you. I think so. What we need to do, Miss Cherry Coco, probably check, get your NIN from your country of residence, from the High Commission. There are probably the next time. Then you would then be able to do it online and just supply your NIN. I totally get where you're coming. It's actually scary if you're going to be carrying two Ghana must go. But then also what you can also do, instead of, you don't have to change all your money at once. You can be changing it little by little by little, just to say, hey, I have this amount, change small amount, come back, change this amount, rather than going at once and having to carry such Ghana must go. Failure is a setback to those who have a myopic understanding of success. Thanks, Aisha, you're welcome. Opening another is difficult in some countries. In Belgium, for example, I must declare any Nigeria can oppose to one which will be tax based. Oh, okay. So for those of you that are there, those are the things that you also need to check into place in terms of taxes and all of that. That's a whole lot. Need from the Nigeria didn't exist as of, okay, but now when I called, they said it was possible. Yeah, so that's always the thing. Over time, as we go on, they are changing things, they are getting things done. Because I do know that NIN is something you need for almost everything, even your passport. If you're going to, in short, right now your NIN number is on your passport. It's on your passport. Every new passport, if you're doing a new passport now, your NIN number must be on your passport. So definitely, I know that every Nigerian embassy outside must give people, must also have a way for people to get their NIN, because there are some people who are going to change their passport. They're not going to come to Nigeria to do, they're going to do it there, and so they have to give them this thing. Yes, it's difficult, yes, but changes happen, so you just have to keep changing and checking and seeing the things that are done. Okay, Dasik Wave say, what about a YouTube channel? Is it a good business? Sure, YouTube channel is a good business if you are able to put in all. So and it's but YouTube is also, it's very difficult for you to be able to get that niche that you have. But I would say yes, it's a good business. On a lot of content, you see, skit makers, content development and all of that, it's really actually good business. Many people are doing it. You might start it with very little funds, but you have to be creative, you have to be consistent in putting in the work, you have to be consistent in putting in material, things that people would like, things that people would like to see. Nigerians like entertainment. It's more entertainment, but if you are educational, it's very difficult. Educational things, people, especially Nigerians, really don't like educational things, but they love things that are funny, things that are entertainment. That's why you see a lot of skit makers, they are actually doing quite well. But it's also something that you need to put in your energy. And for me, at the end of the day, whatever you're getting, whether it's YouTube, you're doing something, ensure that you're also investing in real estate. Some of that money, you're putting it out there in something that will be giving you passive income, because whatever you're doing on YouTube is actually active income. You have to work it, except of course if there are videos you've already put out and they're earning money from you, maybe years later or months later, people are still, well, you don't need to do that. But not many people have those kind of reach, those kind of things. So it's something that it needs a lot of commitment. It needs a lot of doing it, and it's something that you also need to love to do it. For example, I'll give you an example of myself. All these things that you see me I'm talking about in these videos in the last few days, if you go to my YouTube channel, search financial independence, or just search my name and business, you will see them. I've done these videos many times. I love to teach, I love to do these videos, but you see those videos, some of them have like 20 views, 13 views, 10 views, 8 views. People are not interested, and you put in all the work to do. So if for me it's not passion, for me until recently I didn't even know that people were making money on YouTube. It was never something that I bothered about. But me, it was just a place where I would put out my information. And one of the things where I really started doing videos for was the fact that the Nigerian government put an embargo on me. So I used to talk a lot on media, conventional media. If you notice, most time you don't see me on media. Now I don't even have their time. I used to talk much on conventional media. You could see me in Arise, AIT, this, that. Then the next thing, when I talk, they started finding the media houses. And then I noticed there was that silence. So there was sort of like an embargo, as a sort of a tacit this thing that went around. Don't invite Aisha Yesufu to your shows if you don't want trouble. Don't invite her to your TV. So there was that silence. So they refused to have me on their platforms. And that was kind of like me with my big mouth. I have camera. That was when I started doing videos, and I started putting them out on my various channels. I'll put them on my Twitter handle, my Facebook, whatever. YouTube, I also put it on YouTube. YouTube wasn't really doing anything. Yesterday was when I got 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I've been on YouTube for 9 years, 9 years and 5 months. Yeah, it's 9 years and 5 months today. I think, yeah, or tomorrow. It will be 9 years, exactly 9 years and 5 months that I've been on YouTube. So if that was a business that somebody was depending on, it's going to be very tough. So for me, it was an avenue for me to put out my message, which the government didn't want to be heard. And I have a social media, and I'm going to utilize it and put out those messages. So yeah, it's a business, but it takes so much, and I don't think it's going to pay your bills that you'll be able to live on immediately. But you can start it as a side hustle, but you have to be committed to it. You have to put in your all, you have to give it a lot, and then when it grows, hey, it becomes something that you'll be able to gain from. But you also have to find what your niche is, that you'll be doing very well, even when nobody, it doesn't matter whether anybody is watching or not watching, but you would like to put out. Absolutely, the naira is depreciating very fast, and that's why you should not hold money. That's why you should not be hold. Don't keep your money. Naira is no longer a store of value. If you go and keep your money in your account, have so amount, inflation will just be eating it up. For the person that wants to send me a message, do my email address. From there we take it up from there. My email address is aishayesufu@gmail.com. The way I spell my name, you can check my channel, the way I spell my name there, all small letters, no space, @gmail.com. That's it. You can send it to me. Okay, Miss Cherry Coco say I changed very little. I didn't even change 1/4 of the money I had. Well, maybe next time ask them to give you bigger this thing, or even at that, scale it down the more. I mean, instead of 1/4, you could do like 1/20 or 100 of your money. All you need to, and then as you go on, by the time most of these people, you have a relationship with them, maybe you have someone that is one of them that is trustworthy, you can always say to, hey, I want to change $1,000, or hey, I want to change €1,000, or hey, come and meet me, I need to change 500, and they'll come and meet you, and you give them their money, or even if it's $200, so that you're changing more frequently. It's because it's actually risky carrying those, because around those places there are people who want to rob. They are just checking around there, they see who carries Ghana must go, then you become immediate target. So that, and especially now if you're coming to Nigeria, things are really bad. Don't take that risk just like that again. So scale it down. If it's 1/4 of the money, then scale it down to 1/10, to 120, to 100. You can just don't you can even say to yourself, I won't change anything more than €1,000. €1,000 is like maybe let's say 1.6, 1.7, or 1.8. Even now that money is really bad, let's say it's 1.8, and if they give you 1,000, then that's just like how many bundles. You just go with your either your big handbag or your knapsack, and you just pour them in. Before you finish using $1,000, then you do another, you change again and get another 1,000. And then also you can also go to the bank and change in the bank. Those bank people, they also have what do you call it, they also have people that do bureau de change that liaise with them, so they can help you call someone so that you are inside the bank and not necessarily outside. You just get the things that you want to do. And then if it's something that you're going to pay someone money, huge amount of money, you can get their account number. And then instead of carrying the money, for example, that money you were changing that you were carrying Ghana, what were you going to do with it? You can't tell me just you're going to buy Coke and drink or whatever. So those things, if you're going to pay somebody bulk amount of money, what you just need to do is that when you are there, you change the money, you get the person's account number that you're going to pay into and pay directly. Do all your negotiation, whatever you need to do. When you at the point you want to actually transfer money into the account of that person, and then you go there, you give them the account number of that person, and they pay it into it, so you don't have to carry money. The thing is that there's always a solution for everything. There's always a way out for everything. Don't deliberately make yourself vulnerable. Yeah, so use my, like the person who is asking for WhatsApp, use my email address, aisha@gmail.com, and we can take it from there. There is always opportunity, and the more the problems, the more the opportunity. It's as simple as that. Now there's lots of, even with all the wahala in Nigeria, there are lots of opportunity. If you're ready to look for them, work for them, it's just like it's going to be a bit harder than what it would have been before. For me, is that, and the younger you are, the more you are willing to take risks, the more you are willing to see opportunities. The older you are, the more you shy away from risk and opportunities, because you don't want to spoil what you have. You have a lot of bills, you have a lot of this thing. So this is how these things go. Okay, yes. I honestly, I want to call it as if you were just reading my mind. Oh yeah, okay, Bayo. Yes, I think I just got 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It was yesterday that I got it, and that was like, it took me 9 years and 5 months to get there. There are some people who do it in 2 months. There are some people who do it in 6 months. There are some people who do it in 1 year, 2 years. Some people get million subscribers. So it all depends, and also it all depends on what you do. If you're doing educative things, if you're doing very seriously, for example, I do heavy duty, I do very serious issues, governance, accountability, politics. So it's not something that gives you this thing, but hey, it's been good. And I think I have like over 20 million views in that whole time. And it's really in the last 2 years that it really picked up. Otherwise, it was really very slow before the first 3. Oh my goodness, that's thunder. Did you hear that? That's thunder. Oh my goodness, that was really heavy thunder. Okay, yeah, it's still going on. The thunder was on. So those are some of the, yeah, so that's 100,000 subscribers. So it took such a long time, but there are certain things that it might be easier. So that's why, even if you're doing YouTube, use it as a side hustle, still be doing other things, because I don't think you can't just immediately start taking care of your bills and all of that. There are some people who have done over 10 years, maybe they still don't have up to 1,000 subscribers and stuff like that. There are people who do it. So it depends on what you're ready to do, but consistency is everything. I'm about to close off now. I'm seeing more of the questions about going on. 650,000 now. That, yeah, that's the thing about Nigeria. Yes, Miss Sherry Coco, yeah, that's the thing about Nigeria, the fact that our money is losing value. That's also, and that's the reason why a lot of people who keep asking me, they are abroad, they want to invest in Nigeria. I'm telling them this is part of the problem. If you're bringing that money thinking you're going to take that money out again, you wake up that one day, your money has increased in naira value, but it has depreciated in forex value. So those are the part of the problems that we are having. And Samuel Unag, yeah, hello, welcome. We've not seen you in a few days, I think. What can either this never going that the day, especially yeah, whatever it is, I just said focus. Honestly, my honest opinion is that look for investments where you are. This is not the time to be bringing in forex into Nigeria. There's too much uncertainty. There's no certainty. So I will not. What are we talking about today? Ibuku Okunoye. We've already finished talking about the thing we are talking about. We are just doing extra questions now. Today, the topic was why not business? What are the things that if you have them, you should not be thinking about business. For example, if you are lazy, business is not for you. If you are afraid of failure, business is not for you. If you are adverse to risk taking, you don't want to take risk, business is not for you. If you don't take 100% responsibility of everything around you, business is not for you. If you are not principled, business is not for you. If you are not open to possibilities, business is not for you. And also, if you are not interested in business, then business is also not for you. Thank you, Amy Okoye TV. Thank you so much. And I think it was yesterday you were not around. I talked about you where I was saying you were the one that asked that question. What are we doing next? What was the topic that we are talking on next? And I said it set me thinking, and then had me that okay, I needed to structure all of these things, and that's exactly what we're doing now. So tomorrow, the topic we're going to be doing tomorrow is when to start business. When do you start business? When is the time that you say, oh, okay, I should be doing business right now? That's the subject. That's the topic that we are going to be doing tomorrow. We've done why should you do business. We've done why you should not do business. Tomorrow we will now be doing when do you do business. And so yeah, it does. Yes, I'm in Abuja. No, we don't have 24/7 24 hours electricity in Abuja. We don't. The thing is that my husband provides 24/7 electricity for me. So my husband is my presido, is my minister of defense, is my minister of interior, is my minister of power, is my minister of water, kiniko. No, we don't. So for you to have this, we have a generator, we have inverter, we have solar panels. So it's my husband producing that. It's not what do you call it? No, I'm not in Zuba. But I think that thing went everywhere because that thunder was so loud. Yeah, Matthew is a call. Yes, absolutely. He said, Aisha, you're right. The niche often determines engagement. I heard the thunder too. Yes, the thunder was so loud. It was almost as if somebody like coming at you. Yes, the niche always determines it. You need a niche that people are interested in. Sadly, I always say this, when a part of our country, Nigeria, people don't want to learn. If you are doing giveaway, they will come and bet. If you are learning knowledge, that's why I'm even surprised you guys are so engaging. You don't even understand how happy I am. That's why you see, even though I'm tired, I was literally sleepy when I started this, and my body was aching. I need to bet. The more people engage, it motivates me to keep going, and it just inspires me, because most times you're trying to teach people are not interested. You're just like, give me some money. I'm like, me, I won't give you money. I will share knowledge with you. I will help you how you will go through and start business. If it's buying land and building on your financial need, I will help you. But that to say to come and be giving you they say give away 5,000, 1,000, 2,000. I don't do that. I'm sorry. I just say to people, I don't do that. And so people, so that's one thing. But people want entertainment. Some things wey no serious, wey no concern them, that's what they want to do. But also in tweet on YouTube, just for me to do a bit of what I've learned over time, just by using my own channel. I'm not an expert when it comes to YouTube, but there are certain things that you've seen where your engagement is coming from matters also for those who want to do YouTube as a business. Where your for example, if most of the people who are watching your channel are from Nigeria, you're not going to make as much money as someone who's most of his own channel people who are watching are from US or UK or Canada or the Western world. So it all depends about the level of money. And so there's the algorithm that checks all of that. For example, your viewers, where are they coming from? Are they mostly from Nigeria? Are they mostly from abroad? The more viewers you have coming from abroad, the more money you are going to make on your channel. Even you can have lower views and you'll be making more money than someone that has higher views. So that's one thing. So it checks that. For example, because the purchasing power of someone in US is more than on average person in US is more than that of in Nigeria, or the purchasing power of someone in Canada or UK, the average purchasing power is more. So when the advert are being done, the payment that is done, your RPM, there's something they call RPM, it differs. That's how much you get per 1,000 views. It differs between countries. US usually have more, but there are certain countries that sometimes are more than that of US, and so it differs, right? So that's the average. Then you too, depending on what's your algorithm, depending on the people who are coming to your channel, it also differs. Let me give you an example. You have age category. If you always go to your YouTube studio, you will be able to see those things. For example, where you have this age category, right? So you have somebody who is like 50 0, is it 0 to 30, or is it 13 to 17 years, something like that, or those people don't really have money. If most of your viewers are below 17 years or between 17 and 24 years, they don't really have money. So even the kind of advert that will be placed there, it's not the advert that will bring in more. They are not going to be advertising cars to people who are doing who don't have jobs. They're not going to be advertising higher things to those people. And so the higher the product, the higher those people that are paying the advert, how much they will pay on that particular show, views that you're getting. So it also matters. But if you have viewers who are like between the ages of like 35 to something, if I could even check it now, why am I just hold on, since people are asking about this YouTube, let me see. And like I said though, I'm not an expert though, but it's just that for me, I just like learning and checking, and I'm always curious to learn. So this is it. So the age is 13 to 17 years. You have 18 to 24 years. You have 25 to 34 years, 35 to 44 years, 45 to 54 years, 55 to 64 years, and then 65 plus. 65 plus, yes, only a few of them will really have money. Those that have really made it big, they are financially independent. But most people in their 60s, they really don't have that much money. If that's where most of your viewers are coming from, you're not getting that much. If most of your viewers are 13 to 17 years, you understand, 13 to 17 years, then you're not going to be making so much. Even though your views might be higher, you will not be making as much as somebody whose view is lower but has most of their viewers are like 35 to 45. That's the age where many people have money, or 45 to 54. Those are the ages where people really have money that they can spend. So they do the product that can pay more on advert are actually doing that thing. And then of course also you also have gender, based on gender, the male gender, female, or they say user specified. Mostly you find out that men have more money than women. If you are having on your channel, your viewers are more of men, then you're more likely to get those ads where they're paying more and where they need more capital. So they use all of these things to check. And then where are your viewers coming from? Is it Nigeria? Like for example, if I look at my own, I have Nigeria, United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, Italy, South Africa, Spain, United Arab Emirates, and then Ghana. So these are like the first 10. And then if you go on, you will see other places. So it also depends what is the percentage. And so that is also something that you do. Then how far do they watch? Do they engage in your video? Did they watch to the end? Did they watch a little bit or that? And that's something that happens. And then sometimes also it really doesn't depend on the subscriber. Sometimes you have people who are actually viewing, but they are really not subscribed. You can have fewer subscription, but you have people, you have views that come in. And then how often are you posting? There are people who do like once a week or something. There are people who do more. There are people who do once a month. There are people who really, you can find some people that actually have like millions of views, millions of subscribers, but their views are not that high. That you find someone who even has like 50,000 subscribers, they are having more views than those people. So those are also some of the things that you have. And then your unique returning viewers? Is it only new viewers you have? Is it the ones that watch once that are more, or is it, do you have more of returning viewers? Do you have people on notification? All of these things are things that you just put into consideration. I don't know. I'm not an expert on anything in any of this, but it's just because I do YouTube a lot, so I always try to check. For me, one of the things I always do is knowledge. I when I start something, I really don't know, but I'm always learning. I'm always eager to learn. I'm always asking questions. So you can always check other YouTube that are talking about these things. You just check, because I in anything I do, I just love learning about it and just getting a bit of knowledge. So it helps also. Please, whatever you're doing, ensure you're just getting that knowledge and just getting it on. So that's the few things, that I know top of my head in terms of when it comes to YouTube, as whether as a business or whatever. Sophie, thank you. Oh yes. Honestly, it's really rare. Go away, come again another day. Aisha wants to talk. It was just so massive. I can't remember when last I heard that kind of a tone, and it just kept going on and on and on and on. Like, okay, is he entering here or whatever? We need you in Edo. Say PDP is using obedient name to campaign. Samuel Una. Yes, definitely. By the grace of God, I would be coming. Okay, Miss Cherry Coco said, could you share the information on the company who installed your solar panel? Well, I will have to ask my husband. Honestly, I'm so, my husband is always saying to me, if I die, how will you take care of yourself? I'm like, better don't die yet to sit down here and be looking at me. Honestly, I don't know anything about those things. My husband is the one, he takes care of everything. But if you want me to, I can ask him. We live in Abuja, so the people are in Abuja. I can ask him, but that's what we did. We had solar panels installed. We have inverter, we have generator, and then of course we have AEDC. So between all of them, most times we have 24/7 electricity. And that's really sad, because for me those are the things that pain me. You shouldn't have a lot of money, and they are quite expensive putting these things in. You shouldn't have a lot of money to be able to enjoy 24/7 electricity. And where some people feel that, oh, I pass my neighbor, they feel happy that, oh, they have this thing, other people, for me it makes me sad. Everybody is supposed to have 24/7 electricity. 24/7 electricity shouldn't be something that is only reserved for the rich or people who have money. No, that's not fair. That's criminal. And if you say things like Birkin bag should be reserved for people who are rich, I totally agree with you. It's a luxury, but 24/7 electricity should be basics in life. And unfortunately in Nigeria, it's only when you have money that you're able to have those things. For me, that's why this enterprise, this structure of criminality that they have, that they call political structure in Nigeria, we must topple it and ensure we put in people who care about the people and want everybody to have a good, decent life. Okay, it's raining. Yeah. Matthew Izeko, thank you so much. People discourage us building a house in Nigeria for now. Well, it's not really. I don't know how to look at it. Is to say many people live in places they don't build houses there. They come and build. What use are you building the houses in Nigeria? So that's the thing. In some of the things we talked about, we said assets are things that put money in your pocket, liabilities are things that take money away from your pocket. So ask yourself, if you build a house in Nigeria, is it going to be putting money in your pocket, or is it going to be taking money away from your pocket? That's just the simple solution. Where you are, why are you not building house there? Why are you not buying house there? Yeah, how many times do you come to Nigeria? And if you're buying house to build in Nigeria to put in tenants, what kind of tenant? If that money you are going to be using it in Nigeria, then go ahead and build house in Nigeria, put in tenants, be collecting money you are using in Nigeria. But if you're thinking of taking it out again abroad, I don't think so. But I'm not discouraging you. Like somebody said, they're into real estate. I am into real estate too. I sell houses. Even the other time I had a friend who was like, oh, I had to explain to her. I said, look, I just explained, for me, I'm just down to earth. I'm not desperate to make money. I've never been desperate in my life to make money. And I just want, even whether you buy or not buy, me, I will explain how it is to you. The way I will feel if I was making this decision, this is how it is. I'll also tell you. Then it's left for the person if the person still wants to go ahead. But so when people are saying they discourage you, I'm just saying, why you not buying houses where you are? Invest in them, get more money. I know for a lot of people it's sentimental value. It's just like when my husband wanted to build his first house. He built his first house in the village. Me, I was like, why are you building house in the village? How many times do we go to village? Of what use is it? In this one, you must be, you supposed to be. Anyway, Shana, me, when I was building my house, I no build any house for any village. I no get house for village. Na town I build house, put people who go pay me rent. Simple as ABCD. So it depends on whether you're doing it sentimental value or business value. Greetings from Georgia, USA. Isaiah Brown, hello. Pineapple Godfather, good night. I'm going to uh oh, Miss Shelly Coco. Yes, yes. So the thing is that in terms of Miss Shelly Coco, for you using that, for example, using that analogy, it doesn't affect you people that are in diaspora, because first of all, yes, in the last 1 year, building material have quadrupled, they've tripled. But for those of you who are coming into Nigeria with your forex, with your this thing, with your forex, you're actually at an advantage because you're going to change it higher. But on a very serious note, if you're thinking of if you're thinking about buying houses or anything in Nigeria, this is actually the time to buy, because your forex is actually higher. So your $1,000 before was like 400, 700, but now it's 1,005. And then the cost of properties have not yet appreciated to that level of 1,005. So you can bring your $10,000 is about $15 million, which can buy you what it couldn't buy you before. So on a serious note, it doesn't affect you that things have tripled, because you're also bringing forex. It's that your forex that has increased that is causing other things to increase. So for you that already earn in forex, if you're thinking about just say, okay, I have this loose money, let me go and buy, it's actually better to buy in Nigeria right now. Yeah, on the second thought, it is, because you're bringing in a higher value. The cost of properties, the cost of properties over time will meet the cost of inflation, right? But it has not fully met it there. So your 10,000 has more value in naira now than you used to have before. So if you bring more of that, you can easily buy things. So of course, if you're just buying, but for me, the thing is that it's not the one that you say that, oh, after some years you want to buy it and take it back, because you don't know where your naira would have been by then. But actually, in terms of value of your money, you can buy more with your dollar now in Nigeria than you could buy before, because you're earning in forex. It is the person that is taking from Nigeria and taking the money out that is really serious trouble right now. So that inflation doesn't really affect you people that are living abroad. Samuel, now so what's the use of government if you that's it. I'm telling you, we do everything. Even in this where I'm living in Abuja, all the roads, we are the ones that did the roads. Even the places where I'm building houses, I'm the one that do the roads there. The government doesn't do. We have our own borehole. We don't have anything. We have our own borehole. We have a school. You pay for your children's school. There's nothing like government school. The government school education is bad, no quality. We do our own roads, all the roads to inside, and we're the ones. That's why when I heard them say, oh, Wike is working, we are running, which work are you doing? He's just doing center Abuja. It's not coming out to all the, he's just staying within one place. It's Metama, Sokoro, and so that's the thing. You just do it. You just do so. Every one of us, we are our own government. Even security, you are providing security for yourself. Thank you so much. General live discussion and updates. Uh, uh, that's it. We say, how much do you get paid for 500K views on YouTube? Well, let me see. I've never had any of my. I've never had any video or anything that made 500K views. I've never. I think the highest I've had is 200 1,000 views. So like I said earlier, it also depends on your algorithm, what are the kind of people you have, what age range do you have, which country are they watching you from, what gender do you have, but on an average. So that's what really matters. So you can't have one free for all, but probably maybe like $1,000 something, probably. I don't know. I'm just thinking, will it be up to that? No, I don't think it will be up to that. Maybe that's something close to $1,000 or less. Maybe like $1,000 or something. So that could be what someone could get in a month. Okay, like Frank God say, how much can it all depends. How much someone can make from YouTube in a month, it all depends. There are people who are making millions of dollars a month. There are people who are making $10,000, $300,000. For there's a YouTuber in Nigeria, I think Mark Angel, I think they were saying they're making like $400,000 a month. So it all, those are people just they are doing millions of views and all of that. There are some who are making, so it all depends on average. There are some like maybe $200, $300. They're like $5,000, $4,000, $10,000. It all depends on how your, what the niche one, how people are watching it, and the category of people that are watching it. So those are the things that it depends on. But yeah, there are people who that's their lifestyle. They're actually making money from it. So you need to devote that time that you can to actually using it and getting it there. It can be a source of income. It is a source of income from a lot of people. You see people who have this like and for the thing about YouTube, for those who do it, is that uh it's not even just about the views. It's about the, what do they call this, in collaboration, paid advertisement. You see people do a lot of that. Even in social media, people make a lot of money. It's not even about how many views you get or anything, but adverts that they do for others, paid promotions, collaborations, working. These are also places where people actually do make a lot of money. For me personally, it's something that I've not done, and I'm just a bit skeptical. I'm just a bit naughty to, like, even like on Twitter or any of this, and I've never done any. It's not that people don't ask. A lot of people come to me, oh Aisha, please, what's your rate card? Even the other time, someone on there was a company on YouTube that reached out to me. I'm always skeptical. And this one now, sometimes that's my foolishness. So sometimes I can be very foolish. I can make non-business decision. I'm always skeptical about things. So I'm always careful about my integrity, my name, my brand. If you know what, I don't know if I'm not making business sense. So this is not me making business sense. Don't follow what I'm doing. But it's just who I am. And even like when people say, when I go for to talk, they always say they want to pay you some money or whatever. I always say no. Like my husband will say to me, he say, but you are using your money to go there. You are using your time that you use to do a lot of things. You're paying people. You have people you're paying. Why do you say no when they want to pay like honorarium? I always say I don't want the money to matter. So in anything that I do, so I don't want, when I'm talking, I'm not talking and thinking, okay, if I talk this thing, maybe they will not pay me that money they are paying me, they will stop it. So because of that, I always say no. It doesn't make business sense. For example, so it's not just how much YouTube pays you. You can do business promotion with people, even like on Twitter. For example, there are companies or something that you do tweet for them. If I was to use my Twitter handle honestly, at the way like I'm going to do paid promotion for people, paid tweets, I wouldn't collect anything less than maybe 3 million naira for a tweet if I'm going to. But I don't, because even when they reach, I always say to people, I don't do paid tweets. I don't do paid videos. Maybe one day if my business sense comes, but right now honestly I haven't done it. But that's also a place where a lot of people make money, even on Instagram. Like you place a particular tweet for someone, or for a company, or for something, and then for me, I've never done it, and I've stayed clear of that up till now. Even my YouTube, I haven't done that. Then also on YouTube, I think there's something they call shop. You can do merch, you can do certain things maybe that people will buy. Maybe you have t-shirt that have your sayings, or your something like me now with that my my fees, whatever, people could buy that. That's also a way for you to make money. Or I honestly haven't explored those things. Social media hasn't been for me an avenue to make money. Maybe that's why, because I have other sources of income, but also it's an opportunity that one should utilize very well. But for me, I'm always very careful. I don't want anything that I don't know how to say that we sort of like taint my name, or have one thing, or you are not saying something because something, because me get big mouth, me they use am well well. That's why I always say there's nothing like. So that's why another thing also is that's why that government gets frustrated at me. You can't say that, oh, she's a brand ambassador. I'm not brand ambassador for anybody. I've never done brand ambassador for anybody. You can't say she's a brand ambassador for someone, so stop her. So you can't say, don't give her this or don't give her that job or whatever. I don't do that. And for me, my videos have always been, it's actually increased when they wanted to shut my voice down, especially in Twitter, when they used to get my account to be suspended. They used to suspend my account a lot on Twitter. And so that's why I decided to be using my YouTube more, post my videos there. That even if most time my videos, it's not even on my channel that they watch a lot of my video is people that use it. I'll see someone, me, that I did video, I might get like I had a time I get like maybe 2,000 views. Somebody will carry the video, put it on, and they will get like 200 views, 300 views. I'm like, okay, fine, at least the message is going around. But so those are the things. Okay, I will need to round up now. I see now the questions are coming in more and more. eh Kingsley Alex, need, there's someone who is community, just go and do your need directly from the original source, even if it takes a long time. Please, all of this, somebody, before you know what's happening, they'll be giving you fake need. It's the day you now really want to go and do something that you now start hearing that oh, that one that you did was fake. Oh, Benedicte Fascist. Oh, okay. Please, we are always live. Like, okay, I forget. I always forget to say this thing. Even that share, like, and subscribe, they have to be on my neck. I'll be saying it. You guys are not liking the video here. But anyway, we are live 9 p.m. every day. On Sunday, we are gonna start review of the book The Richest Man in Babylon. We are going to be reviewing this book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Please get it and start reading it. We do one chapter every week. We do that Sundays, and then please, we'll do this also 9 p.m. every day. I'll just try to come online and just say one or two things on business. We'll have a discussion, so please keep it a date. Our eyes on clear. Even those of us that are lecturers are now trying to venture into business. I want to go into pharmacy. Yeah, absolutely. That's sure, it's very important. Business is always important, and like we talked about business some days ago, it's flexible. You can do it part-time, you can do it full-time. There are online businesses. Just find something that you can do, but make sure that you learn it. You trade. Social designer say you should start trading forex. I'm sorry, I don't do things that I don't have knowledge of. I don't really have that knowledge of forex. And for me, it's never about, oh, people are making money here. I know every business can make you money. So I always do things that I know I have the knowledge. I don't have the knowledge of forex. It's not something I'll do. But for me, I sell food items, I build houses. These two things I know, no matter how technologically advanced human beings are, they are going to live in houses and they are going to eat food. So for now, that works for me. Princess Helen says she's watching from Paris. Hello to you too. Forex. Okay, yeah, forex. I know a lot of people make money for forex, but here I've not been. I don't venture into those things. One of the things I've always seen, this kind of thing that they say, oh, they'll quickly make money if you buy this. It usually doesn't work for me. Honestly, I always lose money in those things, so I don't even bother. Shares, that's how I did shares. We got here. Our mother, if not, just go through. Okay, abeg o, we Kingsley Alex, we dey Naija, na Naija we dey, make na leave us like that, we dey manage. And never get without us. Yes, it needs knowledge and research and whatever. And for me, anything, so this is the way I do any business that is you will make money quick, sharp. I'm always afraid of it. I don't do it. I prefer business that I will sell I will get small profit, I will sell again, I will get small profit, I will be selling more, I will be getting small profits, I will be saving it. When I save it, I will go and invest it, I will use it to buy land or to build house. That's the kind of business I do. Any other one that they will tell you, oh, you put 1,000, you do now make 50,000, I'm not interested. That's how I do my own. uh so I really don't do that. Crypto was also a good bet. I think they had banning. I'm not sure. Yeah, crypto is, but for me it's knowledge. I don't have knowledge of those things. I don't do them. Anything I don't have knowledge of, I don't do them. I've learned a lot. Oh, real man, good evening. I'm so happy. He says, I came across your channel 2 days ago, but I've learned a lot and still learning a lot. Thank you so much for the knowledge. Thank you so much. I love sharing that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comment. It also helps me it keeps me motivated and inspiring to learn. If there's one thing I love to do, is to teach, is to share knowledge. I love it. That's what I do most. It's not this holding government accountable. Well, it's because there are no people holding government accountable. If not, I wouldn't even be bothered. Me, I love to be doing my lazy thing and be relaxing. So this is really great. Miss Cherry Coco say your voice is awakening Nigerians all over. If you ever venture into founding your own political party, I would love to be your party member. Thank you so much, Miss Cherry Coco, for that, word of encouragement and support. Yeah, it's at the back of my mind. It's some of the things I'm looking for, because I will really need a party in Nigeria where people who have competence, character, capacity can serve, even if they don't have money. They don't have money bags behind them, so that we can pool our resources together and send people to the National Assembly and state houses of assembly. So thank you so much for that word of encouragement and trust. This is future. Okay, I think we are at the end now. This is future president voice, so vote for her. Oh my goodness, Kingsley Alex, thank